My throat has been so fucking dry. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, my name is Angelica Violet. I talk about a lot of things, but I haven't been talking lately because I haven't posted since October 26th. The thing is, like, I don't want to say I'm like going through something because I'm definitely not. It's just like a little bit more of like a mental game I've been playing with myself. And one of my friends is also like a content creator. Well, she mainly just does YouTube stuff, but my bestie Jordan, sorry, that's like a fucking hair on my nose. Or is that my ring? It's just reflecting. But my bestie Jordan also creates YouTube videos, and we've been kind of talking about how we feel like we don't know what to post, and we feel like we have too many interests to be able to like just post about one thing. And I kind of wanted to talk about that today on my YouTube channel and make a video about it because I feel like maybe y'all might relate even though you might not make YouTube videos. Just stick with me, okay? So I've been going through this like transition with my life and my identity. Like, I know in my gut who I am, but like in my brain I feel like I'm still trying to figure that out. It's just because like online I want to be perceived as a whole human being, but I feel like it's kind of hard to because a lot of my content has been around being plus size or being fat and having self-esteem issues and battling with ED and diet culture. I feel like that just views me as like it puts me in like this little bubble, and that's really hard because I'm so much more than this like little bubble that I've put myself into, and I feel like a lot of you are as well. Even though if like you are plus size, it's not like your whole identity, even though a lot of the times it does seem to feel like it is. And I guess the biggest thing for me is like I know who I am in my heart and like in my gut, but it's hard for me to like be perceived in my mind and like know how I'm perceived by other people because online I post just such like, again, I'm saying the word niche, but I post such niche content about like a small portion of my life, and I really want to be viewed as like this whole human being rather than just like this small part of my life. Even though like all of those things like eating disorders and confidence issues has been like a huge amount of time and energy in my life, like I want to focus on like more than just that now. Like that time in my life held a purpose, and I'm very grateful for every moment in that period of my life, but I want to move forward and like, I don't want to say like become the next version of myself, but kind of be more of like a fuller version of myself and not just like this little pie percentage of my personality, if that makes any sense. If you ever watch like how to grow on social media videos, or like people talk about like how they've succeeded on social media, it always is like, I niched down and I just made so much content about like that certain niche, and I've done that for such a long time now. I mean, I don't want to discredit myself and say that I haven't been successful in doing that because like I still have gotten a lot of views and stuff, and I've created this amazing community online talking about a lot of these subjects, but I want more. Like, I want to talk about more, and although these topics are very important and I still do believe all of them, like I do believe that diet culture ruins lives, and I do believe that fat phobia is real, but there's just like more to life than what we look like girlies. Like, I feel like a fucking valley girl. Like, I just don't know how to talk and like say my words. I don't know if it's like ADHD or if I'm just like a little bit fucking stupid. I just don't know how to express myself, and I am thinking like anyway I should go back to therapy, but okay, now there's a trash man outside my window. I feel like the universe is very much so testing me today. I've been watching a lot of philosophy type YouTube and honing down more into my spirituality. I've come to realize like my appearance is not the only thing that my world should revolve around. And I just know that sounds very shallow, but I don't mean it like being like, I have to be pretty all the time. It's what I mean is like, I don't have to be worrying about what I look like and hyperfixating on what I eat and comparing myself to other people. Like, there is this bigger image out there, and there's more important things to life. And while like your identity is so important and it puts you in these amazing communities online or in real life, online for me because mostly everyone that I talk to in real life is skinny, but there is more than just like this little sector and this community that you've created, or like this bubble that you're in. Like, there's so much more out there, and like there's so much more to see and talk about and contemplate than, you know, just the appearance. Kind of not related, but related. I enjoy Brittany Broski as a creator. I wouldn't say I'm like a super stan of her. I follow her on TikTok and I watch like I don't want to say like half of her YouTube videos, but I do watch like maybe like a quarter of them just because, I don't know. I'm just like going through a weird YouTube phase anyway. But I love Brittany Broski, and she was talking about how she identified as a plus size woman in this podcast that she was talking about with Chris Clemens in September. While like that was just like one minute little second of the video, it just kind of clicked with me that like you can be a plus size person and a content creator, and that doesn't have to be like the main focus of your videos and your content, which was eye-opening to me just because, you know, like being plus size and being fat has become like this huge fucking part of my identity that I feel like I don't know who else I am besides that, which is kind of really fucking sad. But I'm here to explore and kind of open up this conversation so we can talk about this together. And it's really overcasty, and I feel like the lighting keeps changing, so God bless you if you want to sit here and actually watch this. Maybe you're just listening anyway. So anyway, and kind of to connect that back to Brittany Broski, I got this comment on my YouTube channel a couple months ago, I think. And when I got it, I was like low-key kind of pissed off. But now I'm like, sis, maybe you were saying something. And I feel like most of the time when I do get pissed off, it's because like it hurted a little and it like I wasn't really ready to come to that realization anyway. Teehee. Anyway, it was this older woman, I believe. I don't remember the exact comment, but she was talking about like how she's been plus size her whole life, and she feels that like I make my whole life and surround all of my content around being plus size, and there's more to life than that, and yada yada yada. And at the time I was just thinking like, well, that's my content, why do you even watch me if you hate me? Or like, you know, just getting really bitter and upset because of, you know, someone's opinion. And now that I've kind of taken this moment, taken the space to reflect on my content and myself, I've come to understand what she's saying by that, and realizing that like, hey bitch, like just like being a gym bro doesn't have to be your whole personality, so does being fat doesn't have to be your whole personality, which is obviously something that I'm struggling with, and I'm trying to explore myself more here on social media. You know, that resonated a little, but it also hurted a little, and sometimes like if things hurt, it's probably because it's real. And it's true. But kind of connecting that back to the beginning of the video, like, I find it hard to adventure out and try new things on social media, just because I feel like that's something that obviously I've niched down for, and I don't want to say that I'm known for, because it's not like I'm really known at all. I mean, I'm so grateful for like the amount of subscribers that I have here and followers that I have on TikTok and Instagram. You'll follow me there if you don't. I don't know, it just feels so isolating, and kind of to connect that back to Instagram, like if I don't make these like really long fucking sappy posts about like how I hate myself, or like talking about stretch marks, or like being half nude in a photo, it almost feels like I don't get the interaction I do when I do post stuff like that. So when I'm talking about just like regular life things, or just posting something about not being fat, like, I don't know, my nails or my hair, or I don't know, literally anything else, if you are plus size and you are on social media, it almost feels like it's expected that you have to be constantly talking about that, and you can't be viewed as a whole human. So like, I understand, like in my head I'm like, okay bitch, like I know that you think that, and I know like the community is thinking that as well, but you need to do something about it, and you need to like make a switch and realize that like you can be perceived as like a whole human being. Yeah, isn't that crazy? But here are some things that I do like, that I usually don't talk about, but I kind of do anyway. So I like a lot of things. Like, I'm a very adventurous person. I love to travel. I love to go places. I like to try new food. You know, I like to talk to different people. I'm very open. I watch Brittany Simon. I'm open, but I have boundaries. Okay? I'm open, but I have boundaries. Obviously, I love self-expression. You know, I'm covered in tattoos. You can't see because I'm in this fucking basically cow furry costume right now. Hello. Self-expression is so important to me. I love tattoos. I love fashion. I love makeup and hair. And I've talked about a lot of those things on YouTube already. But I also love decorating. Like, I love being able to express myself through my house. I'm also a small business owner, and that takes up like a majority of my fucking life. Go shop at rebirthjewelry.com if you're interested. Use coupon code YouTube to save 15% off if you want to support me in any way. Or if you want to just support me anyway, you can like Venmo me some money. Just kidding. Don't feel obligated to. But I'm also like a fucking chismosa. Like, I love to gossip. I love to hear about the news. You know, I love to talk about the drama, and I love commentary videos. Like, I want to make commentary videos, but I also feel like I'm way too like fucking stupid to be making commentary videos, because like I'll think I have like a really amazing opinion, but then I'll hear someone else and I'm like, you know, bitch, that makes way more sense than like what I was thinking. Like, everything that Smokey Glow says, that's actually what I'm thinking, but I just don't know how to put it into words. I'm also like getting into spirituality and like try and connect with like my inner child and going through shadow work and kind of like exploring religion, but not really. Like, I love religious imagery, and like a lot of American traditional tattoos are based off of like Catholic imagery, and I love kind of like doing research and just learning about it, even though I'm not like sure if I'm a believer. I don't know about anything. I just like to research, and I like to explore. I like to see why people think certain things. But I also fucking love houseplants, and I have way too many of them. Like, I'm running out of window space, and I just feel like some of them are being neglected, and I need to buy a house that has more windows. I also am mentally ill in the head, and that's something that I've also talked a lot about on social media. Hello, PTSD gang. Even more niche if you're ADHD and codependent on top of that. No one? I fucking hope not. Ugh, this lighting. Jesus. The sun is not fucking playing right now. But I also love to cook. And when I mean by cook, I love to make the same fucking recipes all the time that are like kind of cool and like a little bit intermediate skill, but like not totally difficult. And sadly, I really fucking love like mainstream rappers like Post Malone and Lil Yachty. Like, don't get me wrong, in my heart and soul, I'm very much so like a rock and roll girl, and I do love grunge and pop punk, but there's this sick, disgusting habit I have of only listening to rap music. Okay, I have to wrap this up because this fucking sun is horrible, and I'm sure it looks like shit on camera. It just feels like it's so hard to express all of these things when I'm only focusing on like what I look like and my body. Don't get me wrong, like I still focus on my appearance. Like, hello, I have a zillion tattoos, and I love doing my makeup, and I only wear fake eyelashes because I want to look like a fucking beautiful butterfly. Like, I just want to be recognized as a whole human, like, and that's so hard. And I guess like one last thing that I wanted to kind of, I don't want to say related to, but like talk about is Miss Emma Chamberlain. I really, really love her as a content creator, and she's really inspiring to me as well. But like, I always think about like her content because she does it whatever she wants, and she has become like this amazing lifestyle YouTuber. But like, she's obviously in a very thin, small body, and like everything she does is just like thrift haul. It's not like plus size thrift haul, or, well, she's skinny, so it'd be like skinny thrift haul or like thin person thrift haul. Like, everything she does is just like as a whole human, rather than like having to label herself and niche down, whatever. And while like I understand the importance of labels, because I want to be able to find plus size creators that I relate to, and I want to be able to create that safe space in the community for fellow like plus size and fat people, but like, that's just not the only thing about us. And I feel like thin creators don't have to be like skinny bitch fucking thrift haul, but like plus size people have to, which I understand, because like we need to find our plus size community within those tags, and it's harder to find those creators that fit our niche. Like, I understand the importance, but it's like, it doesn't take away from how annoying it is, okay? Like, okay, the sun is like getting fucking atrocious, but that's basically it. So expect everything and expect nothing from me. I'm doing whatever I want, and if that resonates with you, make sure to like and subscribe, stay along with this journey. I'm not sure how different my content will actually be. I think obviously I'm still gonna go shopping, so I'm gonna be doing like plus size hauls, but like also now that like I'll be doing other things, okay? If I post a plant tour, you better watch that. I don't care if you don't have houseplants. You fucking better watch it, okay, sis? Anyway, now that I've chatted way too long and the sun is atrocious, I mean, I definitely do need that vitamin D because I do have seasonal affective disorder and I become a little in the winter, but thank you, sun, but you could have been at a different placement in the sky right now. Anyway, Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe and go check out my other videos. Peace!